What's up YouTube? Watch Face Wednesday, and today we're going to take a look at another great watch face for your Android Wear 2.0 device, and of course backwards compatible to 1.0 as well. And this one is by Thema, and it's called Quante. It used to be called Quantum, but there was a little change in the name, so now it's called Quante. And I'll leave the link in the description below. This one is a freemium model, meaning it's free to use, but premium features will require you to spend $1 or more. And I say or more because it is pretty much a donation type, so $1 gets you the premium, or you can donate a little more. It's all up to you. And let's take a look at this gorgeous watch face for your Android Wear 2.0 device right now. Alright guys, so going over this watch face, there are a ton of features to go over, and you can see I have this nice camo design right here, but there are a lot of options for you to choose. But before we go over the options, let's just go over what the watch face displays. So in the middle here, and all of these data points are customizable, so let's just go over how I've set it, and then we'll go into the settings in the app. In the center here, you see you have this second ring, and as the seconds progress, you see that the ring either fills or empties, depending on how you look at it. You have the date and the day, as well as the time. Then you also have 3 other data points. So let's get into some of the customizations of this watch. I'm not going to go over all these options here. There's probably about 30 options that you can change from. I'm just going to show you some of my favorite ones. So again, this is the camo / military one. I actually like how that looks. Then you also have the aluminum. And you can see there that kind of looks like brushed aluminum. I really think that's pretty cool. I also like this dark wood option as well. Looks really nice on the watch face. And then you also have a cloth type. Then you also have a flower, which kind of looks pretty cool. And then another favorite of mine is this honeycomb. He likes to call it metal. I think it looks like honeycomb. That's pretty cool in my opinion. But let's go over the other options. I'm going to leave it on this honeycomb version so you can tell. So within the app, you can change the element color. So if I change that to like a blue, you can see that the elements around the data points, it's changed to that color. So if I change that again for you guys, let's put a black. You can see that the rings around the data points and the actual date changed to this color. So let me put one that's easier to see on camera. And also what I really like is this blending background color. So look, make sure to look at that honeycomb there. If I change that as well, you can see it changes the color, and that happens with all of them. I'll show you guys one more just for fun. And there we go. So this really makes your watch face super customizable, because you can change this with a variation of colors, making it your own. So watch that again. Look at that blending background color in the camo. Look at that. This just looks really cool. I really like this. It really makes it your own. You can definitely customize this, and you'll be sure that nobody else that has this watch face has the same customization that you have. So moving on to the next option, you have display second dots, and that's what I mentioned in the beginning of the video. You'll see this ring empties as the seconds progress. You can just turn that off if you really don't want to see that, and it'll just fill in that data point to a solid color, whatever color you chose in the elements color above. So now let's get into those data points that I just mentioned. So you have 3 options to choose from, and you can choose from either weather, mobile battery, step counter, unread SMS, unread emails, missed calls, your heartbeat, none, or you can add an Android Wear 2.0 complication. So let's just go over a couple of them, and I usually like to see the weather, so I usually leave weather there. But if you change that to mobile battery, you'll see that my phone has 81% battery. And then if you change the other one to heartbeat, that's in the center widget. Maybe you want to change the center widget to your step counter so that you can see that more quickly. So there we go, that changes that right away in the center, and that's pretty cool. And then in the bottom one, I have my heartbeat, but you can change it to missed calls. And what's really nice is that 9 o'clock position data point always stays the same with your watch and phone battery. I I really like to see both my percentages for the watch and my phone at a glance. It just helps you to know when you need to charge either of your devices. So again, this is a really stylish looking watch face in my opinion, very modern, very sleek, very well done, definitely HD quality. So moving right along, you have your shortcuts, and that's what I mentioned on the top 4 quadrants of the watch, and you can change those. You have quite a bit of options that you can change, and I'll just go over them for you. You can have flashlight, settings, translate, desk clock, timer, Google Maps, agenda, Hangouts, stopwatch, find my phone, custom application, or none. Personally, I don't like to have these quadrants here just because it kind of clutters up the watch face, but that's personal preference. And I'm just going to go over some of them for you just so you can see what it is. So if you tap on that section of the watch, it'll open up whatever data point you set to it. So that was flashlight. If you want to set a timer again, you just hit it there and it will open up your timer function. So again, you can change this for whatever you like. And if you like to have those data points, maybe that's something for you. But again, I just like to leave them empty, and I'll show you what it looks like when you don't have anything there. But again, smartwatches are all about data points, so I really appreciate having the option to leave those on or turn those off. And then moving right along, for your weather, you have your refresh rate, and you can change that from 1 hour all the way up to 12 hours. And then you have your heartbeat, so you can choose if you want a continuous heartbeat read every 15 seconds, or you can set it at a maximum of 60 minutes. So getting into the ambient mode, and Thema definitely gives you a very, very detailed ambient mode. This is what's called eco mode, and this is on by default. And this will give you the best battery life with your always on display turned on. And you'll see that your data point rings are left empty, but they are showing to you. And of course, you're showing the time. And if you take away those data points from your settings, and I'm gonna do that now live for you, you'll see that your always on display is updated as well. And I really appreciate that. So you'll see that you're left with the basic middle ring and that 9 o'clock position ring. And this is what it'll look like. Really, really cool. I like that. And just on a side note, if you turn it on, this is what your watch face will look like at the most basic setting. And that also looks pretty cool. So again, that's the minimalist display. So turning the eco back on in the always on ambient mode settings, you can toggle on ambient mode decoration on or off. So if I toggle it off, and then you're just displayed with the time and date on the right side of the watch. Now, if I toggle it on, you'll see those data rings come back on. So it's really all about preference, what you think looks cleaner or a little better for your style. And then moving on with the always on display, you can change it to a black and white. And that'll show you your data points if you want. And you can just see in real time how many missed messages you have, your heartbeat, your steps, whatever you want, whatever's set up. And then finally, we have a full-on ambient mode. And this will show you exactly what your watch face looks when it is on in ambient mode. And that looks pretty cool. If you're out and about and want to impress people, you can do so with this always on full ambient mode. But this will take the most juice, so I personally don't recommend it throughout the day. Or you'll find yourself charging your watch more often than you'd like to. So moving right along, you have another option in black and white mode that you can change your color. And again, the default color is white, and I'll just change that to another color for you so you can see what it looks like. Again, I really appreciate the developer putting in that darker color for us. And you see that's at the white, so it's definitely brighter. And let me show you that again. Let me show you that again. It just dimmed a little bit. That's because I chose a darker color, and that's the brightest color there. You have a manual weather option as well. So depending on if you want your weather to update everywhere you go somewhere new, or if you want to keep it at a constant weather location, you can do that. And then your weather providers, you can choose from Yahoo or Open. And then just a few more options to go through. You can see that on the bottom there, I have a Jabber watch face, but not really. This is where you can set anything that you want. So if I change that to Jabber Tech, say okay, you'll see that the watch just updated its name to Jabber Tech. That's pretty cool. I really like being able to name my own watch face. And if you want to give the developer credit, you can add his brand name, so Jabber Tech by Thema. And then a secondary time zone will be displayed if you want it to. You can see that the time in Los Angeles is 10:56, and that also gets displayed on the always on display as well. And then you can change your screen on duration. If you don't like Army time, you can change it to regular time, 12-hour time, Army time. European date format, so it'll just switch the month and the date around. You see that there, December 19, 19 December. And then leading 0 on hours, that's for 24-hour format, if you like to see that 0 before the time. You can also have this watch face vibrate every hour. You can set a time period where you want it to vibrate. So say you want to vibrate every hour from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock, knowing that it's almost quitting time. You can set that up here and change it from a certain time to a certain time. And that's really cool because getting vibrations every hour is kind of annoying. But if you want it for a specific reason, you can set that up. And then what's really cool about this, once you find your specific color combination or setting that you like, you can just save it and create a preset so that maybe you spend a couple hours making your favorite designs and you just want to save them because you don't want to keep doing that over and over again. You can save that preset and name it whatever you want, and then it'll be there for the next time you want to load your favorite preset. Just a recommendation to the developer, maybe what I'd like to be able to see is change the color of the actual hour. Maybe that would be cool. Say you want to say that the most important thing for you is the hour, not the minutes. And I know this is on Samsung's always on display, so it would be kind of cool to have the ability to change the color of the hour time. So that's really been my watch face Wednesday. Again, this is Quante by Thema, an awesome, awesome watch face. I highly recommend it. Definitely modern, sleek, super customizable, and worth the $1 or more. Really nice, and hope you like this video, guys. I'll catch you guys next Wednesday. Peace.